In today's show, we're going to be doing a complete listing breakdown, and I'm going to show you some tips and tricks about what we do with listing optimization. And then we'll also go through some Amazon PPC stuff, along with some external traffic as well. So we're going to break down a listing, do some advertising, and then do some off Amazon advertising as well. And I'm bringing on somebody today. Doug, welcome to the show.
Hello.
So we're going to be going over Doug's product. He has a disc golf retriever. We're going to be breaking down his listing completely today. And then we're going to give him some ideas, hopefully, to go back and enhance his listing and make a lot of sales, because his season is coming up. At the time of this recording, it is May, and we're going to be, your season is pretty much May, June, July, and August. So hopefully we'll give you some good tips today. All right, well, let's jump in. We're going to switch over to my screen, and we're going to show your product first, and then we'll kind of jump into it a little bit more as far as the back end stuff. So this is a disc golf retriever pole, 16 feet, disc golf grabber tool, 3 hooks. The first thing I really noticed with yours is the keyword stuffed title. And so there's a lot of keywords jammed into a little bit of space, not necessarily a bad thing, but it doesn't read well. And so what I would try to do is see if you can keep all those keywords in there and make it flow more. So this is where AI comes into play. You can just go to something like ChatGPT. We can just do that real quick. I know you're trying to maintain phrases and everything. You can also do this in Zanguru, is redo the title. So you can come down to the title here, and then you can just have AI generate it real quick. And what we'll do is actually, we'll bring these all up. I'm going to copy the whole thing and see what it comes up with. And then you can also go to ChatGPT and just say, I want to keep the keywords in this title, but I want to make it flow better. So that's what we're working on here. So let's see what Zanguru does. So enhanced disc golf retriever pole, 16 feet of reach with 3 hook grabber tool, towel, and case for ultimate convenience. And so don't change anything. I'm just saying that this is an option to like see if you can get this to flow more, because right now it's just a very keyword stuffed title. And whenever you make a big change like that, you want to watch for your sessions to see if those increase or decrease, and then also conversion rate as well. And so those are 2 big areas that you can watch there. Let's see what it comes up with here. Oop, see, it's stealing brand names. That's why you can never trust ChatGPT, because it just stole a brand name. I'm guessing iron. Is that the material?
Rogue Iron is the competitor name.
Okay, so we don't want either of those. So you can see here, optimization score, but this one just flows a little bit more. Kind of did very similar to what ChatGPT did, but that's what we're trying to do there with the title, is just to get it flow more. And yeah, so it did raise your score a little bit more. Nope, it dropped it. So 5,000. So that's what you have to be careful of, is if you do try to get it to flow more, make sure you don't drop your optimization score like it just did right there. So let's go back, grab this title again, put it back in, get you back up to 36,000.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a factor to consider at all, but one of the keywords is ends in K, so disc can be spelled, and people search for disc with C and K, and so I struggled to figure out how to keep that, relevant or flowing.
You did well. You just put it, you kind of hit it in the title. So like putting it in the middle there, just kind of, people don't see it as much, so that's a good idea. Your bullets, I love your bullets because these 3 focus on the benefit. Like, what is this for? What am I using it for? I get stuck in trees all the time when I play disc golf. I've also lost my Frisbees in water. We actually carried a canoe across an entire island to go get our Frisbee out of the water once. And then we carried the canoe back to the person's house that it was, because we lost 3 disc golfs in this swamp. And so having this would have been great, because I wouldn't have had to carry a canoe across the island. But focusing on those benefits of fear no tree, fear no water, how far it extends, those are all great. Premium case, that's okay. Just what does the premium case do for me? It helps me carry it easier, helps it not fall apart. What does it do for you? And then you have like 50 other bullets as well. I'm guessing you have a category that you can do more bullets. And yeah, I think this is great. Your bullets are great. Title's great. Your ratings are great. 4.4, 112 ratings. The biggest knock that I saw on Zanguru is just the number of ratings compared to your competitors. But 112 is still good. I love how you have a coupon on to increase your conversion rate as well. And you'll notice that only 30% of people actually redeem the coupon. So it's not that redeemed. I like this tag. That really helps kind of make it stand out, because I went down to your competitors and they don't really have anything like that. So that's pretty good. Always think about ways that you can kind of blend out, and that red really blends out with the yellow Frisbee. Again, going back down here, they're using red Frisbees to kind of stand out. So in a category like yours, you always have to be watching what the competition is doing and try to pivot before everybody else does. And so my example of this is we had sunglasses and everybody was taking pictures of their sunglasses like this. I can't really see that, but let me actually stop sharing here. So people are taking pictures of their sunglasses like this. This is like all the sunglasses. So all we did is we did this and like reposition the sunglasses, and it increased our sessions and our click-through rate dramatically because everybody's sideways and we were just up and down. And then everybody started doing it. So then we pivoted back to the other way, and that increased it because it just looked different. So whenever you can think about your hero image, think about how you can look different from everything else that's out there. And then if you do something that works, people will start to catch on and you can just pivot, which I think your yellow Frisbee with the red tag is really good. I think that's really helpful and it makes it stand out a little bit more. This is great. It really shows it in action, because that 16 feet is 16 feet, but when you show 16 feet and you actually see it like that, that's huge. And then same thing with the water one. I would possibly even keep the water one up, move it up one.
Are you sharing your screen still? Sorry, I'm not seeing it.
There we go. So second photo, let's go back. Second photo, really great job of showing the 16 feet, showing that getting it out of a tree. So you've taken your bullet, you've made it a photo. That's what I always recommend doing. This one, keep your discs out of the drink. You've taken your bullet, you've moved it over to a photo. That's what we want to be doing. And then the extends 16 feet, you already have it up here. And so I would move this one up to your third photo, because this is great, but this one is what I'm buying it for. I'm not buying it for what's in the bag. This is great too, but I'm buying it for the benefits of it. So really try to think of like all the benefits you can, which is mostly tree and water. And so you're really doing a great job there. In our community, we have a post about the second photo and how you can increase your conversion rates. And it's simply a photo that says why you'll love XYZ. So why you'll love Treenied.
Treenied.
What's that?
It's Treenied, so it's a play
Treenied.
on it's a play on words for being denied by a tree. And,
nice. I like it.
Yeah.
So with this photo, let me see if I can pull up an example of one. So this would be an example. So this type of photo right here, top 4 reasons you'll love Treenied. And it will be number 1, reaches up to 16 feet to get you out of trees. Number 2, talks about the water. Number 3, if you're made in the USA, you can say that. But if you're not made in the USA, you can say USA company. Like USA, support US branded company from Michigan. And then number 4, you just kind of talk about your benefits here. So that's something to think about there. Let's go to your Zanguru, and I want to look at this a little bit more. So you're at a 36,000 and most people are at that. The biggest knock on your listing was your ratings. And so the average rating is 351. You have 112. Your actual rating is great, which is 4.4, but the amount of ratings is what you need to do. And to get that up, you just need sales velocity. That's all you need to do. You did a great job getting a lot of the keywords in there already. You can come up here to Zanguru and hit hide used. You can see you don't have disc golf in there as one word. It's not searched that much, but it never hurts to just throw it in. And if you click it, it will go into the backend search terms. Never ever use Rogue or any other brand name in the backend, because you can get IP infringement lawsuits for using other people's trademark terms in your listing. And so you don't want to get that because it will get your account suspended. So I never recommend using any of these. Tag to staff, pretty much you have everything, maybe GIFs. So GIFs for disc golf players. That's probably a good keyword to look into, just because it gets 500 searches a month, which isn't bad. And then players, you can add that one in there. Disc golf bags, you're not a bag. Retrievers, I don't know about that one. But yeah, so you've done a great job with your listing. Your listing looks really good. I don't really have any big changes in here. And you can see all the changes I didn't really do much to it. So I would keep your listing as it is. The only thing I really saw was just moving that photo up because that's focusing on one of the benefits. Where I see some opportunity for you is off Amazon. And so with your off Amazon marketing, what I did is I came over here to Google Keyword Planner. I just typed in disc golf, frolf, and frisbee golf, and just kind of sorted it by average monthly search volume. And so when we scroll down here, you can see frolf, that's a hard word to say, frolf near me gets 300,000 searches a month. Now, this isn't really a direct keyword that's going to get people to buy your product, but it's one of those keywords that might get people interested in buying what you have. Because like I said, I played disc golf, but I never even thought to buy something like this because it just never hit me. If I got it stuck in the tree, I'd climb the tree and get it out. If I got it stuck in the drink, I would get a boat and get it, which made no sense. Where I had something like this, it would save me a lot of time and a lot of effort. So when I'm typing in frolf near me, I'm looking for a frisbee golf course around me. But if you popped up with an ad on Google that said something like, don't lose your frolf frisbee, that even makes sense. Don't lose your disc in the drink, or don't lose your disc in a tree, get a retriever today. And you sent these to either an article in between site or even just sent them directly to Amazon to buy. I'd actually send them directly to Amazon to buy. You're going to take advantage of a lot of traffic of people looking for frisbee golf courses near them, when in reality, they're frisbee golfers, so they're your target demographic. And they don't know they need a retriever until they're like, oh, that's actually not a bad idea. I've lost a frisbee in the water. I've lost a frisbee in the trees. And so probably I would focus on the tree headline, but I'd put all the headlines in there. And so I'd make a Google ad direct to Amazon using an attribution link for frolf near me. And so you can do the same thing with disc golf. And so don't lose your disc golf. That just doesn't make sense in my head either. Don't lose your disc golf in a tree. Again, directly over to Amazon to buy. Because this is kind of one of those products that I was not aware of as a disc golfer. And so you're trying to bring it to awareness of people that are just searching for general disc golf terms. And these clicks are not incredibly cheap, but I'm guessing you'll get pretty cheap clicks. We could actually do a pretty quick test Google ad. Let's just go over to campaigns. And what we do is we'll do new campaign. We're going to go website traffic, continue, a search, and use an attribution link, of course. Don't use just the direct link, but I'm not going to make an attribution link for right now. And we're just going to call this, you can call it whatever you want. This is how we name it. And then we'll put our ASIN right here. And then whatever we're going after right there. And then we'll say direct. So we're going to send it directly to Amazon. We're going to optimize for clicks in the United States only. We're just going to click next. You can have it create, but I like to create myself. So disc golf retriever, disc golf. I was just doing this as an example, but I would narrow it down to this. And I would keep it broad. I usually don't recommend broad. I usually recommend phrase or exact match because it's just more specific. But with yours, we're just trying to send out this broad blanket of people that are looking for disc golf, whatever. So we could even try frolf in here or frisbee golf. So we're trying to send out this big blanket out there of people that are interested in frisbee golf. And we're just trying to get them to find our product. And so you can see when I did that, 1,388 weekly clicks at 15 cents a click. That will go down once we put our budget in there, but I haven't put the budget in yet. Let me see if I can go do that real quick. So once I get to the budget, go down to $5 a day. I always like to start small with a small budget, $5 a day, and then scale up from there. So at a $5 a day budget, with what I just built, I haven't done the ads or anything yet. we could get 6-cent clicks. You'd spend $35. You get 600 people on your listing per week. That's almost 100 people a day on your listing that are searching for something to do with Frisbee golf or disc golf. 100 people on your listing. So if you converted one of those, it would be $40 and you spent $5 because you're spending $5 a day, $35 a week. If you wanted to be a little more aggressive because it's your season coming up and you need to test faster, we can do $10 and that will get you 800 clicks a week. So 200 more clicks doubles the cost though. And so you track this by Google Ads spend, and you're tracking it against the attribution links. So like revenue made on Amazon compared to Google Ads. Now here's the cool part about this. With the revenue you're making on Amazon, you get 10% of that back. And so that goes back as a credit to your Google Ads. So let's say I was spending $10 a day. We're getting about 100 clicks for easy math. Let's just say we're getting 100 clicks a day. Let's just say 3 of those people convert. 3% conversion, not bad. That'd be $120 in revenue. So you spent 10 to make $120. It's a pretty good ROAS, right?
Yeah.
It's like
great.
Here's the kicker. Since you made $120 in revenue from Amazon, with a 10% attribution link, you're going to get $12 back. So therefore, instead of paying $10 to make $120, you're getting paid $2 to make $120. And that's where this gets fun, because this doesn't happen often, but I could see it happening in a case like yours. Whereas in like you're just spending $5 or $10 a day, you make 3 sales, and all of a sudden you're getting paid to run ads. We have this on a couple of our clients where we've made their Google Ads and they're so efficient that the amount of sales that they're getting, I would say it happens in like less than 5% of the time, but the brand referral bonus is so great that it's actually offsetting and paying them for the ads. And so we continue to scale them up and it continues to pay them for it. So start small, start $10 in your case, because it is coming up on your season. And then once you see a winner, you go all in. And I just track these on a spreadsheet. I have my VA put it in a spreadsheet for me. They go in every week on Tuesdays. They put in the Google Ads, the Amazon attribution, and then we have a little formula in there that, and you have access to that formula, Doug, in the Perpetual Sales Machine program. And it kicks the brand referral bonus out of the ads. And so when it calculates your ROAS, it pretty much accounts for that brand referral bonus into the Google Ads and everything. And if it's negative, that's a good thing. When you have a negative ROAS, that means you are getting paid for your ads. So I thought I wanted to show that to you because it's a very different strategy than what I usually teach with Google Ads. Whereas I'm telling you to go broad because I want people to see my product and become aware of my product, because people that are in the disc golf community might not be that aware of a product like this that exists. Because like I said, I was in this community for 15 years. I never knew there was a golf retriever pull. That could just be my naivety, because I never was a golfer either. And I know they have the same thing for golf too. So, but yeah, that's just me being naive, but they may not even know they need it until they need it, right? And so putting it in front of them before might be a good way to get a lot of sales. And that's what Google is going to be good for. Does that all make sense?
Yeah. And I'm there with you. It's not clear to me how many disc golfers are actually aware of this product. And so it could be just about awareness, and any sort of kickback on advertising would just be an extra bonus on top of that. So that's great.
Yeah, I mean, a frisbee can be anywhere from $10 to $50 a piece. So like the last thing you want to do is lose it in the water or lose it in a tree. So this could be a huge awareness thing that you could do a lot. All right. This is a great comment that came in from Data Den Media. To confirm, A9 algorithm is going away from keyword stuffing and more towards flow. So hook, main keywords, selling features, and other relevant keywords. It's a great point. So that's why I was going over that flow with your title earlier, because flow just sounds better from a human perspective as well. And so trying to get those keywords, maybe put them down in your titles a little bit more, or put them down in your bullets a little bit more, put them in your backend search terms if needed, but get that title to flow a little better. It's huge. If you guys have any other questions or comments for Doug or myself, please put them down below. Doug, I'm going to open the floor up for questions from you. Do you have any questions or concerns with your listing that we can answer?
I don't think so, other than, as I think I'd mentioned to you prior to this call that we're looking at adding the brand story, and we don't currently have one. And then I don't also have a competitor comparison. And I'm not sure how much to focus on or how to best focus on competitor comparison when the product itself is pretty similar across all competitors. They're usually an aluminum 16-foot product. It's all the extra bells and whistles that I've kind of thrown in there. So I don't know how much to focus on when you're talking about like bonus items as a comparison, if that's a good thing, if I went to include that in my A+ content.
Yeah. Like I said, the main thing you want to do is focus on features, or not features, benefits.
Yeah.
The benefits of what your product does. These photos are great. It shows how small the item is, how you can just clip it onto your bag. If you need to get something out of water, there it is. I'm guessing this is the ease of switching it to different things. And then this explains for water or for trees or for other difficult places. And just showing the product in use over and over again is huge there. Brand story will help because it will highlight your other products like you talked about. That will be great as well. But one of the best things about sending Google traffic to Amazon is they're not shopping on Amazon. They're on Google and they come over to Amazon. So you're directing them right to your product page instead of when they're here, they're looking at all these other products as well. So when you're fighting for PPC, this is what you're fighting for. And you're doing a great job because you're number 1 there. And organically, you're number 4. So that's really good too. And that external traffic is going to help bump you up even more, because if you can go from number 4 to number 3, your sales will double again. If you can go to number 3 to number 2, your sales will usually double again. And so that external traffic, oh, that's not organic, never mind. So organically, you're still number, what would that be? 8, 7, somewhere around there. Yep. And so if you can get to the top 3, and that's where that outside traffic will help. And a lot of the PPC stuff that we're teaching you as well. If you guys want to learn more about the PPC stuff, it's at profitablepineapple.com. You can sign up for our free PPC masterclass. But external traffic, when you create that moat around your listing of external traffic going to your listing, that's going to boost you up in the organic traffic. And then when you focus around the 20% of search terms that are creating 80% of your results, that's going to boost you up even more, because it's going to go after highly rate or words that have a higher conversion rate. And then that's going to increase your organic rank as well.
Yeah, one of the things I struggle with is competing with like one of my top competitors there is Dynamic Disc, and they're a really big brand name, whereas many of my other competitors are just like me, coming up with some random brand name. So competing with the big companies, even though this isn't a common product across disc golf companies, when I go up against Dynamic Disc, the only way I can see that I'm going to be able to overcome that is through something like Google Ads and outside traffic like that. I mean,
that's how we built our whole business. We were battling big pharma, and with big pharmaceutical companies, they have unlimited budget, but we knew the markets better than them. We didn't know the markets better than them. We knew how to do Google Ads, Facebook ads, PPC, and create that moat around our listing. And we were able to keep up with them. We could never overtake them because they're 30-year established brands. They get lots of sales, but we could be right there with them and kind of piggyback. And we were 5 times the price of them. I'm not saying you can go 5 times the price in a category like this, but you can when you start to build that brand. And so Dynamic Disc probably charges more for their disc golfs, or Innova charges more, or whoever. And then like the cheap competitor, it's because they built and established that brand. All right, perfect. Any other questions or any other concerns that you have for me?
No.
Okay, great.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. I hope this helped out. And then again, if you're watching this wondering, what you can do to make your PPC better, head to our free Amazon PPC Masterclass. That is at profitablepineapple.com. You can also check it out in the profile of wherever you're watching this.